Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well and welcome to episode 2 of the Avus series. In the last episode we made this, the Avus A100, and I really like it. It's such a happy car. I just adore its smile. And well, I don't know whether you guys like it or not right now, because this episode's been recorded before I release the last episode, which, yeah. But in today's episode, we are going to see if it does well, and if it does, what options we potentially have on building more cars, just building our company up, and making something great out of it. So, yeah, let's do it first. Let's see how the car does. And it has now released. I have given it 2 months to see how it does. It is now the first month of 1948, and we have made about 10 million already. It is incredible. I am very happy. This car is selling incredibly well, so yeah, let's see if we can do something with it. Maybe make a van variant of it, which we can sell on the side, which shouldn't add too much to the costs of this vehicle. And yeah, hopefully, we can make something that sells again. Alright, so this is going to be our van variant. I'll just call it nothing for the time being. I'm not even going to touch the car we've already released. I'm not going to even bother doing a facelift for it, because if it's doing so well already, we might as well sell it for a little bit and hope that it just keeps going until we do the next whole round of facelifts, including the van and the car. And maybe we can even add a little sporty one with a sportier engine. I think 35 horsepower is enough for the time being. So yeah, this is going to ruin a lot on the car, but let's make it a van. And yeah, this is going to be a bit of a repair job for me, I think, but I could definitely make this work. I think we can make something really nice out of this. So let me have a little fiddle around with this. Let me see what I can do, and I'll be back with you guys shortly. And here we have it, the van variant of the A100, the A100 day of delivery. And yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out, apart from these shock absorber strut tower things. They are annoying. I wanted to cover them, but I don't know whether I should. I feel like if I keep them there, they'll take up less space, and we won't spend as much money putting nice things in the vehicle, and yeah, I think it turned out alright. I basically just made it as level as I could according to the chassis, so I've made it as close as possible. And then, yeah, added these door cards in, which really don't do anything, and this beam. I don't know why I added this beam, but I thought it looked good. And yeah, I also added this, so if anybody has if they have parcels in the back here, and they have to do a braking maneuver, that it doesn't just go shooting into the front of the vehicle. So that's designed to be a little stopper for parcels flying about in the back here. But yeah, all in all, I think this turned out quite okay. Alright, so what we're going to do next is we are going to facelift the engine a little bit. I want to see what we can do. And one thing I'm definitely going to do is make it a 1.2, which will drop reliability once again to the floor. But we get a decent amount of power out of it, and the engine stays incredibly light. So yeah, we're going to stick with that, and I'm just going to see how much power we can get out of this engine without reducing reliability too much. But yeah, this is going to be a bit more of a sporty engine. I will see if I can do anything with the base engine just to see if we can get some more efficiency out of it. But yeah, I think this is a good idea right now. Alright, and this is it. I am very happy with this. So obviously the engine is now a 1.2 litre and then not a 1.1 litre, and it has a performance intake on it which boosts its power output from 35 horsepower to a whopping 45 horsepower, which should propel our car, should we use this engine, which I really want to now, to some tremendous speeds of 80 miles an hour or something like that. But no, honestly, I'm very happy with this engine. I've managed to keep it relatively economical at 10.8%. Yeah, it's got 45 horsepower, 80 newton meters of torque. It's still pretty light. I'm very happy about that. And yeah, good throttle response. The only thing that is not great, and really not great with this engine, is the reliability, which is at 42. So if you're buying a car with this engine, you better know how to repair it, because that's gonna go wrong constantly. But let's have a little listen. Let's see what this engine sounds like. Let's see if it's sporty. Oh yes. Oh yes. That sounds glorious. I am so over the moon with that. I'm very, very happy with that. That is going to sound incredible in our vehicles. And one thing I have also done is I have decided to see if I could get a facelift in on the base engine, which still produces 35 horsepower and 72 newton meters of torque, but is better in almost every single metric apart from that it costs a bit more. This is a brilliant facelift. It's lighter, it's more reliable, it's got better throttle response, it's way more efficient. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. And it's got improved low-down torque to the previous engine, which I guess will really help with an engine this small. It does lose out a bit on the top end, but honestly I don't feel that's much of a problem. I prefer the low-end torque on this engine so that we can get moving, because in the end of the day, this car isn't going to be quick. No car that's going to have this engine is going to be quick, so this is just going to be an economical variant of the engine. We've got the sports engine, which is the 1.2 litre, and yeah, I'm very happy with how it turned out. Alright, so now that we have both the vehicles already for sale, the delivery variant apparently has a really high desirability, so I'm hoping it'll sell well. We'll see how it does, and I want to keep the engineering time to an absolute minimum, so what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to increase automation to try and be able to produce more vehicles, which is going to increase on the engineering time, but I will compensate for that by doing something. Alright, so this is what we're going to stick with, and honestly I am not too mad about it. It's about 2 months of engineering time, and I believe the adjustment for the factories takes about that long as well. So tooling reworking of the factory, so this can happen at the same time. So for 550,000 credits, we have a new vehicle coming in, which is amazing. So we now also have to retool the factory, which is going to cost a bit more, but what I'm going to do is I'm also going to increase the tooling on this so that we can produce more engines, and that way we can produce more vehicles. Okay, so I'm going to experiment with this. I don't know whether it'll work because I cannot get the engineering time down to 2 months without just destroying this engine in general. I mean, we've already lost reliability, which I really do want. So it's difficult. It's really, really difficult. I can go a bit more manual on the engine, but then we have a lot less production units, and it's just a whole just there and thereabouts sort of thing. So we're going to stick with that. We're going to make sure the engine's relatively reliable. We do reduce production units a bit. It's not by a massive amount, but yeah. I think we're going to do this, and what we're going to do is we're going to retool the factory without those engines in it, so that it just happens on the side, if possible. And what we're going to also do is... no, not yet. We're not going to retool the whole entire factory. We're not going to include them. And yeah, I think the engine shouldn't be a part of this. So, does it say retooling? Something about retooling? Build times to build, so 1 month. Okay. Right. So I'm gonna have a quick little look to see if I can make sure that these engines are not included in the factory and that they're just going to exist just on the side. They don't have to basically take all the time away from the factory. So yeah, let's hope this works. Actually, so I have found this pre-production thingy, which, yeah, okay. So what it tells me here is that the factory construction time is 1 month, and it'll happen at the end of the engineering time for this engine. But what I can then do is revise this engine, so it'll take a bit longer to make the engine. I'll say 2 years, but we're going to have 2 really good engines for it, and then we'll just retool the factory when it comes to adding those 2 engines to it. I could do it with this thing. I don't know, I haven't experimented with that yet. But, so making it a bigger factory, which will cost 65 million, and then adding these 2 engines. Yeah, it's being overworked already, and it's only at 71 million. Ah, there you go. So it's going to take 8 months to rebuild, to build this factory. So, yeah. No, we're going to leave these engines out of it. We're not going to touch the factory one bit. We're going to reduce worker... I don't know, did we reduce worker wages? No. But we'll just stick it where it is. We're going to be happy with it. And, yeah. According to this... Oh, it's because I've still got one of the engines. There you go. So 100% focus on this engine. And, yeah. Hopefully this will work out. It's only 3 million to retool it anyway, so... And that's just for this one engine. I don't know why we're retooling, but I guess that's just how it has to be. So, yeah. I'm going to quickly redo the engineering once again on this engine, and then, yeah, we should have engines that are high production units, so we can get a lot of engines made, and they're going to be very reliable. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it 3 years to engineer this engine, as that way we can get a really good reliability score on this engine. We can get some really high production units on it, and the material costs come down, and we actually learn something from this engine. So, yeah, the only thing that takes a relatively big hit is the engineering costs being nearly 12 million, but I think we can live with that. So, once again, let's have a look at the factory setup and see if this ruins anything. So obviously this engine isn't a part of it. Yeah, this is a little complicated, but we can work with it. So yeah, this engine is going to be used, the base engine is going to be used in these vehicles anyway for the next 3 years. I'm actually quite happy with that, and then it'll be 1 month to redo this factory, and when this factory is being redone, we can then focus on making the next vehicles that include these engines. So that should give us a really big boost, and yeah, very happy with how this is turning out. So yeah, let's go on to figuring out the vehicle factories. That's something we also need to do. Alright, so obviously we're going to have both vehicles in here. They've both got space frame chassis, which makes this very difficult to mass produce. But yeah, we're going to be producing a lot less of these vehicles. I wish there was like a slider or something where I could say make more of these or more of those. But yeah, it's unfortunate. But I mean, if we increase worker wages a teeny bit, or even quality, how long does it take to redo this factory actually? Is it just 1 month as well? It's just 1 month, so we can't really do much there. But yeah, I think this is okay. We'll be producing a lot less of these vehicles, but both of them will sell well, and we're going to have a huge margin on the van. So I'm going to sell the van for more than the vehicle, and considering how well the forecasting was for this van when I was making it, I think we can work with that. So this is going to be, yeah, realistically I should be pricing them the other way around, but I might even experiment with that, but we'll see how it works. But yeah, still a $5,000 profit margin is still very good, which I'm very happy with. So yeah, let's see if this works. And it does work. I've done some forecasting already, and I've managed to get it to another huge profit margin. It's not as much as the other one, but we'll be making money immediately, which is very, very good. So in, what was it, 2 months time or whatever it was for the vehicle. Hold on, if it's actually 1 month to retool the factory, we can do it with 2 months, that's fine. I'm happy to do it like this. Yeah, this is just incredible. I am very happy with this. We are going to be selling a lot of vehicles. So let's sign off on our project with the new vehicle, so the new van variant of the A100 and the 2 new engine variants, which will come in later episodes once it's been designed and produced. And yeah, 62 million for this entire project, which is okay. I was expecting about 50 to 80 million, so this is sort of in the middle of that. And yeah, we should easily be able to fund this, so let's sign off on it. And yeah, it's incredible. Oh, well, the van is coming in. The van is also coming in at the end of this time period. I could have made it 36 months to make it perfect, but oh well, we'll be producing this vehicle until it fails, I guess. I don't know. It won't fail, trust me. This is going to sell very well. I'm very happy. So yeah, let's go take the van out for a little spin and see if it's any good. And here it is, and I think this looks really good in this game actually. The bumpers, yeah, still very white. The wing mirror isn't as white anymore, but yeah, I think it's just the rear bumper that's really throwing me off at the moment. But yeah, no, I think this looks really, really nice. And the fact that these cars have interiors sort of sells it that they might actually be real cars. So yeah, let's go take it for a little drive and see what it's like. The first thing I can say is that this thing does pull quite well from low down. Like, it'll get up to speed relatively quickly. You have to use the engine a lot because the gearing is so short. But, so if you're doing like 50 kilometers an hour, you're either doing 3,500 RPM or just under 2,000. And this is a bit too little, and this is a lot of RPM. So it's not great in that sense, but it's honestly not that bad. Like if we just go and do a bit of accelerating here, we are instantly up to like 30 kilometers an hour, which is sort of the speed you would do in a city anyway. And if you're stuck in traffic, then yeah, this thing will do really, really nicely. I think it'll be really good for just delivering small packages close to its destination, like the final little bit. And so, what is the delivery vehicle good for? Delivering stuff! So what we're going to do is we're going to take a parcel from this harbour place, and we're going to deliver it all the way over to this house right to the end here. I've even set a waypoint. So this is going to be fun. We've got to do a lot of driving, and we get to test its top speed a little bit, its handling and its maneuverability, and yeah, see if it's a good delivery vehicle and if we can deliver the parcel really quickly. That's all the aim here. So yeah, let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go. It's a good start. It's a very good start. And there's a hill immediately, but we can live with that. It is very oversteer happy, but that's just because we don't have a parcel in the back of it. I don't know how to simulate that, so yeah. We just have to pretend it's a very light parcel. Cut the corner a little bit. This would very much be illegal, but doesn't matter. And around the corner. This thing is hilariously bad at cornering. Actually, you know what? It's not bad. It's lively. If that's a good way of saying it. It drifts really a lot. If this had a lock differential, this would be really good at drifting. And maybe a little bit more power. Who knows, maybe if when we put the 45 horsepower engine into a vehicle, we could try and make a little thing out of it. Oh, there's a corner. Oh, rallying at its finest. Oh, and that's missed second gear. Yeah. Well, we're going downhill now. I was surprised at how quick this was accelerating. Make it. I'll take it. It's Italy. They don't mind scratches. And now we test the top speed while we've bent something. It's turning left. It's turning left. Okay, this is scary how quick this is. I would not want to be sat in here doing this kind of speed. I know it's only like 75 miles an hour, but no, not happening. One accident and you are gone forever. This is a death trap at this speed. As we come into the city, we have missed the corner. Maybe it'll bend our suspension back into a straight line. Oh, we have a corner here. Handbrake turn. That was very, very lively. Note to self, handbrake turns are very, very dangerous. Go! Another one. This is so fast, but so slow at the same time. It feels like I'm doing way more. I'm going a lot quicker than I am, and then I look down, it's 25 kilometers an hour. I'm like, oh, okay. Handbrake turn, drifting. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's see how far. Come on. We need this parcel delivered. We need it delivered. We need to go. Faster. Still faster. I mean, it doesn't weigh much, but even then, 35 horsepower is very little amount of power. Come on, we're going into the city. It's only a 30 kilometer an hour speed limit, but screw it. I think we've just smacked the rear suspension a bit too hard, but it doesn't matter. We're still making it. Handbrake turn. Oh, have we stalled? We stalled. Go! A professional driver would not stall. Oh, you're on pebbles, or cobblestone, or whatever it's called. And we're nearly there. I have done a bit much. A lot of handbrake turn. And where's the door? And delivered. I should not become a delivery person. Also, where's the badge gone? The badge just disappeared. But yeah, I should not become a delivery person. Alright, and to round out the episode, we are going to do the island loop. And yeah, I'm hoping it'll be quicker than the base model A100, but I'd understand if it wasn't. Alright, chuck it into first gear and launch. And it launches really good into second. And we're just going to leave it there. Third gear is absolutely useless in this thing, so yeah, no point in using it. My PC is also having an absolutely horrific time with this apparently, but I can't really do anything about it. As we go over the hill, we go into third gear and go down the hill at tremendous speeds. Brake. Let the car have an accident almost. Back down into second and just go. Cut both corners a bit to gain as much time as possible. And yeah, we We'll have lost a lot of time through there, but it's not the end of the world. Brake a bit, into second. Okay, that was really good though. We made up all the time Well, I missed the gear. That was the same place I lost the gear in the other run as well. But yeah, we made up all the time again in that corner, so I'm very happy with that. Don't crash in the tunnel. Come on, can we reach 100? We can! Let's go! 105! And into this section we go, brake a bit. Make the corner? Question mark? Oh, it's gonna be wide. It's okay, we've survived. Down into second gear we go, and back up into third to try and give us a little bit of boost from that second gear. Because third gear is just almost useless. Until you're doing 5,000 RPM in second gear, there's no point going into third, so probably should have checked that before I made this vehicle, and we're gonna have an accident. Go! I feel like there's something wrong with the vehicle on the rear right from that little off we had. Oh, I went into third by accident. Come on, can we beat the other car? Probably not. No, we can't. That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. We are 4 seconds slower. Although that was a horrific run. But yeah, that third gear is absolutely useless. I am, yeah, probably that will need to be changed when we make the next vehicle. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really enjoyed making this episode for you, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye.